In this video, we're going to go over how to subtract mixed numbers. So say I were to give you the question 4 and 1/3 minus 2 and 1/4. And I told you to find the answer. How would you do this? Well, first, we're going to subtract the whole numbers. So 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. And we can leave that 2 to the side for now. Next, we're going to focus on the fractions. So we have 1/3 and 1/4. So it's going to be 1/3 minus 1/4. And as you can see, they both have different denominators. So we can't subtract unless our fractions have the same denominator. So in order to find the same denominator, we're going to find the lowest common multiple. And to do that, we're going to list the common multiples. So for 3, we have 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. And then for 4, we have 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. Now I can already see a common multiple for each, and that's going to be 12. And so now we need to make each fraction out of 12. To make 3 12, we have to multiply it by 4. And then what we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So this is going to become 4/12 for the first fraction. And then the second fraction, or 1/4, to make 4/12, we have to multiply by 3. And then what we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So we're going to multiply the top by 3 as well. And that'll give us 3/12. Now 4/12 minus 3/12, they're out of the same thing. So we can just simply subtract the numerators. And that's going to give us 1/12. And now that we have 1/12, we can simply combine the whole number that we got earlier, which is 2, with the new fraction that we just solved now. And that'll mean our final answer for 4 and 1/3 minus 2 and 1/4 is going to be 2 and 1/12. Let's try another problem now. And this time, pause the video and try it on your own. But say I were to give you 3 and 1/4 minus 1 and 2/3. How would you solve this? Well, let's just start with the fractions. 1/4 minus 2/3. We can't do this because 2/3 is larger than 1/4. So if we do this, we're going to get a negative number. So what we need to do is we need to borrow 1 from the whole number. So instead of 3 being 3, it's going to become 2. And now that we've borrowed 1, 1 is really going to be 4/4, right? And so we can add 4/4 to 1/4. So 4/4 plus 1/4 is equal to 5/4. And then now instead of 1/4 minus 2/3, we can have 5/4 minus 2/3. And this time it works because 5/4 is greater than 2/3. So now we need to find a common denominator because they're each out of different things. So we can list the multiples for 4 and 3. Well, we have 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. And then for 3, we have 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. Now once again, this time, our common multiple is going to be 12. So we need to make each fraction out of 12. To make 4/12, we have to multiply by 3. And what we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. So that's going to give us 15/12. And then for 2/3, to make 3/12, we have to multiply by 4. And what we do to the bottom, we have to do to the top. And that's going to give us 8/12. And then now that they're out of the same denominator, we can simply subtract the numerators. 15 minus 8 is going to equal 7/12. And so now we can combine this fraction with our whole numbers earlier. Remember we had the 3 turned into a 2. So 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. So our whole number is going to be 1, and our fraction is 7 over 12. So our final answer for 3 1/4 minus 1 2/3 is going to be equal to 1 7/12. Now, a key tip is if the top fraction, or the first fraction, in this case it was 1 over 4, is smaller than 2 over 3, you need to always borrow before subtracting. And don't forget to convert the borrowed 1 into a fraction. So you can't just go 1 plus 1 over 4 or 1 over 1 plus 1 over 4, because you have to make the 1 equivalent to a fraction, which is going to be 4 over 4. That's where most mistakes happen. I hope this video helped. Thank you.